welcome back to my YouTube channel, Karina Millicent, and on this channel I do all things motherhood, lifestyle, everything else in between. If it's your first time here, I really hope that you enjoy the content and that you stay and you subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back by. So today I am doing a sit down, something I haven't done in a long time. I think I'm filming this video for the third time, and that time is a charm. Okay, I'm really trusting that this time it's gonna come out correctly. So yeah, let's just get into the video. Let me not over explain myself. So I asked you guys to ask me questions with regards to me transitioning from being a stay-home mother to being a working mom. If it's your first time here and you haven't really watched the vlogs from last year and that other year, just for some background purposes, I was a stay-home mom for 3 years. I was freelancing in that time that I was home, and now I've gone back to being a working mom in terms of like going back to an office 9 to 5 set up. So it's been a full year and it's been a full year and 2 months. So now I'm just, I have so much that I want to share, but I don't want to share things that are not warranted or like people didn't ask me about. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. So I got a few questions on the YouTube community, and I also got a few questions on my Instagram stories. So we're gonna start with the YouTube ones, and some of the questions are the same. So if I don't read out your question, I think it's because I would have answered it in another question, because some people asked multiple questions. So let's get into it. The first question says, how has motherhood been for you? How different are your kids to each other? You can also share some bit of information about them if you don't mind. I'm still the new subby on this channel. Well, welcome to the family, new subby. How has motherhood been for me? I have been a mother since the age of 20. My first pregnancy was when I was 21 years old. I fell pregnant when I was 21 in April 2016, but I terminated that pregnancy for a multitude of reasons that I'm not comfortable sharing on the internet. And then I had my firstborn child when I was 23. Yeah. Oh, I'm probably messing up the date. Oh no, I'm not, because I fell pregnant when I was 22, but I gave birth when I was 23. Yeah. So my firstborn child was born obviously when I was 23 years old, and I was pretty young. I had no business having a baby then. Like, this is such a heavy question to start this Q&A with, but you know what? Let's go. Let's push that over. Push. So I had my firstborn child when I was 23 years old. I was doing my internship, and then I later quit my internship because the environment was not conducive for me mentally, and then with the pregnancy adding on its own stress, it didn't feel okay to continue working, So the journey started off very rocky. I had undiagnosed postpartum depression. I only learned about postpartum depression, I think when my first child was 3, that there's such a thing and this is what happens. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is what I had. Because I remember there were times where, so I moved back home with my parents after my child was released from the NICU. I remember one afternoon I called my mother and I said to her, I feel like I want to die. And I think it must have been stressful for my mother to hear that from someone who's home with a newborn, saying they feel like they want to die. And there were times I'd be washing the dishes and I'd just zone out to a point where I'd only like come back to reality if a knife, nipsey, or the water, like something bangs that brings back me to to the reality. So the start of my journey to motherhood was not okay, because I also hadn't dealt with the termination because I carried so much shame. And then I think I started intentionally healing myself when I got pregnant with my second child, because then I was intentional about, I am going to carry this pregnancy. I'm going to be intentional about it, like taking care of my body, taking care of my skin, taking care of the baby, and all those other things, and also taking care of my mental health. At the time, I could not afford therapy, but right now I'm in therapy. So motherhood for me has been one of the biggest hurdles, but also one of the biggest blessings, because I feel like a lot of other passion projects that I'm able to pursue, such as YouTube, are here because I'm a mother, because I want to I think more than wanting to share is wanting to heal myself loudly, because I feel like the reason sometimes I can't heal is because I want to deal with things internally, you know. Njela, just deal with the things in the corner and don't let your enemies see you smiling. I don't give an ounce about enemies, you know. So I want to heal as loudly as I laugh. So motherhood has been that for me, and my kids are different because Lereko is very like me. She's very out there. Lereko has friends in the complex, like adult friends that come looking at the door looking for her, and then we have little's more reserved. She's more of let me get to know you, and then we'll start talking. So raising them is not easy because they have different personalities. Sometimes I don't know how to juggle it, but I always say to myself, I'm doing the best that I can with what I have and what I know, and I do ask people for advice and help, and I think I'm doing a good job. They've been alive, they are healthy, they are okay, and I'm also okay. So that's my motherhood. The next question says, how do you deal with corporate toxicity? Do you ever feel like quitting, and what keeps you going when you feel down because of work drama? From the very beginning of my career, I quit. I'm a quitter, and I don't even want to like romanticize it or mask it. Like, no, I'm a quitter. If things are not working out for me how I want them to work, I quit. That's just me. I'm a quitter. I don't begazel. I don't. The only thing that I try to do is just to give people. I will voice out my concerns, and I will give you a chance to do better, and I'll give myself a chance to also do better. And then if that doesn't work, then I quit. So I don't have other healthy options of dealing with toxicity, especially at work, because I just feel like I spend too much time at work to be begazelling and trying to find methods to deal with toxicity. I think people have not romanticized, they have normalized toxicity and abuse in workplaces because of there's a high rate of unemployment. You know, job hopping doesn't look good on your CV. I'm not trying to look good. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. I'm not trying to look. I want to be good. So I don't deal well with toxicity. Personally, when there's something that's bothering me, I do try my best to communicate to the right person about that incident and give them a chance to rectify. And also just sometimes people act out of character because of pressure, and I can understand that. But if it's a pattern and it's continuing, I just remove myself from those situations. But I think the best way to deal with it is always report to HR or to your manager or to the next person that can assist you, and then see how that can work out for you. And if it doesn't work, look, you need to look for something else. Personally, I feel like we shouldn't be begazelling at work, because when retrenchment comes, they're not begazelling with us. So do you prefer corporate or stay-home mom/wife? Is that a true question? Is that a trick? Of course I prefer being home with my family. Of course I prefer being home. What do you love about being back in corporate? The consistent income. What is your occupation, and which websites assisted you to land a job? So I am a communications professional, currently working as a communications officer. So I do quite a bit of everything. I do a bit of PR, I do a lot of digital marketing, if I'm being honest, and a little bit of media relations and some writing here and there. And which sites did you use? I solely used LinkedIn to look for my jobs. I solely used LinkedIn. In the past, I used to use Career Junction, Beast Community, Indeed, but these three I've never gotten a positive response for them whatsoever. And I've used LinkedIn and it's worked. So if it's working, I'm just gonna stick with it. So I've used LinkedIn. If money wasn't an issue, would you choose working over being home? I will be home with my babies and my maid. What can one do differently? I've been applying for jobs with no luck. What a tough question. The honest truth from my perspective and my experience is that you need to, like the way we are, I know people are gonna like probably frown or cringe at this, but I know there's a lot of people, myself included, who do CV reviews. And one thing I can show you from all the people that I've worked with, our CVs don't tell anything except what we are assigned to complete. So what we'll do, we copy our responsibilities and we put them on our CVs. That tells the other person what your current employer asked of you. It doesn't tell the other person what you've achieved with your current employer. So replace your responsibilities with results. Also reach out to recruiters. I find it much less. I find it less stressful talking to recruiters and having them give me jobs that make sense to my portfolio than applying for every other job, because I feel like that just adds stress, just adds more to the stress. So I would recommend getting a CV review at least once a year, and then you can always edit it and update it. Reaching out to recruiters and building your network. You need to talk to people. Tell your friends. So tell their friends who know friends who have hiring managers that you're looking for a job. You can't job hunt in secrets in silo. All right. How did you prepare yourself mentally to be a working mother? Honestly, I did not prepare myself to go back into the 9 to 5. Maybe that is why I am still struggling a year in. I didn't prepare myself. The next question says, has the corporate world changed from when you used to be in it? I thought it would have changed, but it hasn't. It hasn't changed, and that's sad. It hasn't changed. Corporate is still how I know it. Hasn't changed. Challenges you have faced juggling life as a mom, wife, and a corporate babe. Have you found your balance? There is no balance, baby. Ako balance kwado girl have perfume. There is no balance. There is no balance. If I'm thriving as a mother, I'm slacking as a corporate, as a baby, and as mother. If I'm doing well as a mother, the other two are not doing so great. And I used to beat myself up, but now I've just made peace that there is no balance. So I'm just trying to integrate my work life and my home life and then find some kind of routine. I think having a full-time helper has been one of the biggest blessings, something that I will never take for granted, that I have someone who is here mothering my children when I am at work. Am I jealous? Yes. But right now, this season in our lives requires me to work. So we are going to do just that. The question says, how did you get back into corporate? I've been trying so hard. I think this is similar to the other question of what I did differently. Honestly, I just applied for jobs. My thing is, I don't apply for all the jobs. I apply for jobs that I really want. My entire career is built on my delusion that I am employable, I am skilled, I am deserving, I am a rare resource. My entire career is built on that delusion, and so far it has worked. I've realized that when you put yourself out there as a in demand, then people want more of you. But I know that is not for everyone. It doesn't work in every industry. But however, so I actually don't know how to say what I did differently, because I do realize that we don't work in the same industries, and what works in my industry might not work in yours. So yeah, I think just reaching out to recruiters, sometimes also just go the old school way, print your CV in your cover letter and go to companies you want to work at, knock at the door, tell the reception person I have a meeting with the HR, and when they say, HRO, you said they called me, it was you who called me yesterday, and then drop off your CV. I don't know. I live in Itilulu, so I don't know. Another question was asking me about parenting. The person says, I have a 10-month-old baby. He can sit, but he's not crawling. Should I be worried? So I am not a nurse. I am not a pediatrician. I am not qualified anything when it comes to kids. But what I do know as a mother is that children, our children are so different, and their milestones are so different. And if anything is a concern for you, please visit your nearest clinic or ask your doctor for professional advice. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. So we're done with the YouTube questions, and then now I'm just gonna go into my Instagram questions, and then I'm probably just gonna wrap it up with what I have learned. Yeah. We have a question. There are not a lot actually. Oh no. My phone is so full. Like, I have so many things on my phone. I have so many things in my phone. It's crazy. Like, I don't know why I take so many screenshots. Okay, found it. The first question is, how is corporate life? Corporate life is not for the faint-hearted like myself. Let's start there. But corporate gives comfort in terms of money, at least for me. I've worked 2 jobs in the past 1 year that I've been back in the scene. Like I said, I'm a professional job hopper. I am not ashamed of it. I do not lie on my CV about it. I'm very open about it and my reasons for why I changed jobs. And also, I think my CV is a little confusing because I've worked contract 9 to 5s while I was freelancing, so it kind of looks like you just left this job for 3 months, but no, I was just there for that short-term contract, but I was still doing my own thing. Maybe I should review my CV and edit it. Probably should. Well, I will, because next year I have to update it. I update my CV once a year or twice a year, if I'm being honest. Yeah, twice a year. So corporate, corporate is corporating. I like the dress up. I like meeting people that are knowledgeable, they're experienced, they're intelligent. I know that my last job and my current job, I've met amazing women. Amazing. For some reason, I work in predominantly female companies, and they are so intelligent. They are so vocal. They're so delicate, also so feminine, but also so powerful. I've worked with women that make me feel like, oh my gosh, I want more for myself. But not hard work, no, like wanting more for myself, like achieving, isn't working hard. I'm not a hard worker. I'm not a hard worker. I just know how to do my job very well, but I'm not a hard worker by any means. So that's how corporate is for me. Do you feel like you're missing out on your children's milestones? I do. I do feel like I'm missing out more on being a mother, and it's so uncomfortable, and sometimes it's so sad for me that I'm living inside my answered prayers, but at the same time, I'm feeling empty. You know what I mean? Like, I prayed for this job, I cried for this job, I journaled for this job, you know, and then I got the jobs because I've had 2 jobs in the past year. I got the jobs, but I wish the jobs that I have the job I had and the job I have would give me more flexibility to be able to mother and work. At the moment, I feel like I'm working more and mothering less, so I am missing out on a lot of milestones. I don't know my kids' favorite cartoons. Over the weekend we try, but life happens and I still need to do things around the home, so I don't get to spend as much time with them. Yeah, so how did you navigate not taking instructions from anyone to having to account? Yo, moving from being a freelancer to being a full-time 9 to 5 with a manager. Impi abadala. Impi ifuna abadala le. This one you request the elders. It was very hard. It was very hard, but I want to say that my first manager after the transition, at the beginning, she was very understanding. She made the environment very easy for me to adjust to. I don't want to lie. She made the transition so much easier for me. She made it possible for me. Like, I don't want to lie. That first 4 months, that was the best time. So as much as I struggled and life was lifing, she was there, and me and her had cultivated a relationship where I was able to, ease into working after being home for so long. So it was not easy. Even now at my second job, I am struggling a little bit. My manager's trying, but me and my manager have different work styles. We have different work ethics. So it's tricky. It's very tricky at the moment. I don't want to lie. But you know what? Imama has goals, and Imama must stay focused on the goals and don't think of other things outside of Imama's goal. And I think that was the last question, if I am not wrong. Oh, no, 2 more questions. One more question said, How was the transition from being a, no, I've answered this one. This one says, hi sis, how has you been your year in corporate being emotionally? Do you enjoy your position at work? Emotionally, it's tricky. Emotionally, most days I'm able to be okay with it and just go to work and do it. Some days I'm sitting there thinking about, oh, if I was home I'd be doing XYZ. But like I said, I have to keep my eye on the prize. Do I enjoy my job? I enjoy the job that I do. Love it so much. I just wish I would be able to just get a fully remote job or a more hybrid. Like my partner's job is a more hybrid. It's like the hybrid model is pretty. That's what I mean. Not pretty, like that's what I want. They work, so the week has 5 days. Mondays they're home, Tuesday they go to office, Wednesday they go to office, Thursday, Friday they're home. So they work 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. If I could get something like that, not if, when I get something like that, then I think I'll really, really enjoy corporate. But for now, I'm okay. I'm fine. I have happy days. I'm learning a lot and I can't take away from that. I'm learning so much. And you know what? It's all good and well. And we thank God for the opportunity to be able to work. So that's all the questions you guys asked me. And now I'm just going to wrap up the video by sharing things that I've learned in my year of corporate that I think can help you in your career or can help you with your job hunting. First and foremost, you need to review your documents, your cover letter. We all hate writing cover letters, but then there's chat GPT these days. You can just pop up, give it the right prompts, and then it will give out like a template, and then you can take it and edit it, personalize it to make sense to you. Review your CV. Ask someone outside of yourself to review that CV, so they check how to use words. Because honestly, job hunting is a game, is a mind game. There are a lot of people that want the same jobs. The company can only choose one. So who are they going to go with? The one who uses their words best. Do we like that? No. But is that the truth? Possibly, you know. So review your documents. And another thing I've learned in corporate is that your manager is also an employee. Like, we expect so much from our managers. It's not making it. Your manager is also an employee. They have their own responsibilities at work. They're not there to baby. You're not a baby. Okay, you're not a child, so your manager is not there to baby you, and you should not be acting like a baby. And you know, if you have a grievance, please talk. I know it's so hard to communicate. Even myself, with the blabber mouth, you'd think that it's easy. It's not. But let's communicate with our colleagues. If someone has done something for you, don't scream in the boardroom. Don't be that. Don't be that person. Call them to the side and say to them, can we talk about this? When your feelings are down, you can articulate yourself properly. So, and another thing, no one is responsible for your growth path except yourself. If you don't have a growth path, you have to start creating one now. So a growth path is just essentially telling yourself where you want to go. It's like a vision board, but for your career. You know, work on it so that you know what are the skills that you want to excel at and what are the skills that you like they're okay to have, but they're not like a must, or they're not gonna break or make your career. You know, so work on your career growth path. Be intentional about your work. Having some kind of passion for the work you do is gonna help you get through work. Having some kind of passion for work is gonna help you. And sometimes you don't need to be motivated to go to work. I don't think we are all motivated every day to go to work, but you just need to be clear. You don't need motivation, you need clarity. Clarity comes from you having planned that this is where I want my career to go. So every day you go to work, you are clear about what are the skills you're going to hone, what are the tasks you're going to complete. You know what I mean? So take yourself seriously, but don't take life in totality seriously, because you're gonna faint. And your workplace is one of the best places to network. Like I said, I've met amazing people at my jobs, during my freelancing, during my varsity, that I've kept in touch with, and they're helping my career grow so much. So do network, and if you can, please get yourself a mentor and a coach. Get yourself a mentor and a coach. You need a soundboard that has worked or is working in your industry with a much higher level, who is more successful than you, to show you how to get there. So be intentional, work on yourself. And if you are looking for a job and the grinding is getting to you, it's okay, mama, to take a break. the world is not going to fall apart because you took a break from job hunting, and your job is not going to miss you because you took a break. If it's your job, it's your job. Take a break and come back, refocus, and have a strategy. I always say to people, job hunting is a job on its own, so you need to have a plan. Every day we go to work, we have like our notebooks where we write our to-do lists. Those are our daily plans. So when you're job hunting, you also need a clear plan of where do I want to live? Am I willing to travel? Like travel when I'm in the job, do I want to travel? Yes or no? Am I willing to relocate? Yes or no? So once you have those things figured out, it almost narrows your job search to one area or like to an ideal job, and then you look for jobs that fit that thing. I personally do not believe in the as long as I have my foot in, because I know people that have put their foot in and they're still stuck by the door. Times are moving very fast. Times are moving very fast. You are a rare breed, you are qualified, you are learning, you're experienced for this thing. And if you're looking for an internship, you are qualified. Your knowledge is fresh. So don't sell yourself short. Sometimes when I have conversations with people that work in HR, they always say one of the things that they lack during job interviews is that people don't speak highly of themselves. They speak highly of the companies they've worked at or for, or the schools they went to, but they don't speak highly of themselves. And unfortunately, we are hiring the person and not the institution. So speak very highly of yourself, take breaks, and ask for help. Like, we are here to help as best as we can. So ask for help. And I think I will close it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know we don't do sit downs a lot, and that's because it's just so hard filming sit downs and finding the time to actually film them. But today I did it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and you're gonna watch the video. And yeah, let's close it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on my next upload. Bye.